definitely gained popularity, right? Since you started.
Yeah.
So now there are more and more kava drinks. I mean, I even see some of them on Amazon, right? So how do you distinguish? How do you know if a product is actually good? Do we know how they're prepared? Are they preserving some of the best qualities? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, this is a challenging part for us. We're on the kind of the cusp here of our big push that we're doing as far as really integrating and retail, releases and different things. And for us, it's important. We've invested years in doing everything on the front end to build a credible body of information that's research-based and backed, and pursuing things like GRAS approval on our products. And so we have everything done and proven, on the front end. As far as, what we've done is completely transparent, and what we're doing is a true reflection of what real kava is. As this industry starts to emerge, there's only a few companies. There's a small handful of companies that are doing things. There's different levels of good. There are some things that I would disagree with totally that I've seen people do, like, mixing it with other things that don't have the same level of safety that, and not telling people or not, not being clear about, okay, well, there's kava over here, and then there's these other things, kratom. There's a few other things that just don't have the same safety. And then people get confused. They think one is the other, and they get side effects, and then it's kind of, so I think we want to be careful of that. We want to watch out for that. So if you're looking for kava, I can't actually say, and this is not, I mean, I support anybody in the industry who wants to emerge and wants to, do things that are in full alignment with the traditional methodologies. But unfortunately, there really is nobody else that I know of in the industry that are doing traditional kava preparations. They're all extracts. They're all the ones that I kind of told you about before, like the capsules and stuff, which a lot of them aren't bad, as long as the kava is sourced correctly and it's the roots of the plant. It's not aerial parts of the plant. That's important because you don't want to consume other parts. So it's hard to vet those things out. It's hard for the customer to, because you can't get that information on them. You almost have to do some really deep work on the front end and kind of go through word of mouth and talk to people that know these things. Because there's a lot of ways to kind of get fooled, but it's just important to understand that there's kava extracts and then there's kava, right? Anything that has a kava extract in it, meaning that it was extracted with a solvent of some kind, ethanol and even more egregious solvents, is not by definition kava. It's a kava-like extract product. And so it's not going to give you the same kind or level of therapeutic effects that traditional kava would. So, and that's difficult to do. Like I said, it was kind of years of R&D of trying to stabilize it in this form and make it cost effective in the entire thing. Traditional kava it's much harder to produce and stabilize, right? And get the correct yields out of it and stuff. But it's got everything in it. It's got the full spectrum, it's got the life in it still. As we start to see these things emerge, I'm not to say that any of these other products, or some of them aren't bad, some of them are, but just kava extracts are a different thing. So just know that, like, kava extracts mainly are going to give you like more of just like a very mild sedative effect, kind of like chamomile tea. And if that's what you're looking for, then no harm, no foul if it's a clean product. But it's not going to give you this sort of like the nootropic effects, the mood lifting effects, the things that I've talked about that are outside of it. Some of that's dose dependent. You have to drink higher doses with some people, but yeah. So right now there's nobody that I know of who's doing traditional kava. But if you're interested in kava extracts, there's plenty of those, or there's at least a